Hello everyone, I'm Lindsay Bergstrom, and in this video I will be giving you some feedback on your writing tests for Module 3 Ages. Your last video was on verbs. This one is all about nouns. Just as a reminder, a noun is a person, a place, or a thing. With nouns come determiners, which are words that determine a certain quality of the noun. In this video, I will present to you three different types of determiners: articles, quantifiers, and demonstratives. Let's start with the basics. Articles. Definite and indefinite articles determine whether the noun you're using is specific or general. The definite article is the, and the indefinite article is a or an. A can also be pronounced like the schwa. Let's look at some good examples from your writing task. Okay, here the noun is model, referring to a specific type of model that you saw in the video. Again, the specific video you watched for your listening assignment. So you need the definite article the. Here you're speaking about a situation in general, not specific people or a specific experience. So you use the indefinite article a or an. An is used in front of words that begin with a vowel, like elderly and extra, while a is used in front of all other nouns. Be careful, I said a vowel sound, so you would use an with words like our or honest, because they begin with the vowel sounds ow and ah, even though they both begin with the letter H. You would use a with words like uniform or union, because they start with the sound y, even though they begin with the letter U, they begin with a non-vowel sound y. Those were some good examples from your writing tasks. Now let's examine some sentences that need improvement. In this sentence, we have the in front of elderly people, which is good because you're talking about specific elderly people from the video, but you're missing the in front of retirement home. So it's the specific elderly people from the specific retirement home you saw in the video. Here, old starts with a vowel sound, so we need an, and we need a in front of child since it's also a general statement. Here, another general statement, so you need a in front of good model. And lastly, again, an instead of a in front of accommodation, because accommodation starts with a vowel sound. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about retirement homes, students? These are both nouns, but they have no article. That brings me to my next point. So we've just seen definite and indefinite articles, but in English there's a third article called zero article. To know when to use zero article, you first need to understand the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are quite simply nouns you can count. They are often concrete, tangible objects like pencil, 1 pencil, 3 pencils, or person, 1 person, 3 people. However, countable nouns are not always tangible. Idea, for example, is a countable noun, 1 idea, 3 ideas. Uncountable nouns are nouns that do not have a plural form. They always appear in the singular. They are often abstract or intangible, like health, or too small to be counted separately and therefore considered as a mass, like salt. Now that you understand the difference between countable and uncountable nouns, we can get back to the zero article. The zero article is used in front of general, plural, countable nouns and general, uncountable nouns. Here are some good examples from your writing tasks. In this sentence, elderly people and children are both general, plural, countable nouns, so we use the zero article. Here, isolation is a general, uncountable noun, and old people is a general, plural, countable noun, so once again, we use the zero article. Good job. Here are some sentences now that need correcting. So here, loneliness and boredom are both general, uncountable nouns, therefore the is incorrect. You should use the zero article. Retired people is a general, plural, countable noun, so good job with the zero article here. Here, sense of community, we're missing an M. Sharing, forgiveness are all general, uncountable nouns, so they all should use the zero article. In this sentence, senior citizens is a general, plural, countable noun referring to senior citizens in general, not a specific group, so you need to use the zero article instead of the. Let's review. In English, we have three different types of articles: definite, which is specific, the; indefinite, general, a or an; and the zero article for general, plural nouns and general, uncountable nouns. Let's move on now to quantifiers. Quantifiers determine the quantity of the noun in question. Here we have 4 common quantifiers which are often used incorrectly: many, much, few, and little. First of all, many and much refer to a large quantity, little and few to a small quantity. So how do you know which one to use? Once again, it depends on if the noun is countable or uncountable. Here are some good examples from your writing tasks. Afternoons is a countable noun, so we use many. Here, people is also a countable noun, so we use few. Here, wisdom is an uncountable noun, so we have to use much. And knowledge here is also an uncountable noun, so we use little. So many and few with countable nouns, much and little with uncountable nouns. Here are some examples from your writing tasks that need correction. In this sentence, benefits is a countable noun, so we need to use many, not much. Much is for uncountable nouns. Also, people is the plural of person, not persons. Again, knowledge is an uncountable noun, so we need much knowledge, and we need to get rid of the S. In this sentence, advantages is a countable noun, so many advantages, not much advantages. And in this one, people is countable, so we need few young people. And don't forget your indefinite article an. And here restrictions is also a countable noun, so we need many, not much. When talking about plural nouns, you may use the general determiners some or any for an undetermined quantity. In general, some is used in positive statements and any in negative statements. For example, this is a positive statement saying that both benefits and disadvantages exist without saying if there are a lot or a few, so we use some. This is a negative statement because we have don't, so we use any to say I have no grandparents. Now let's correct some examples from your writing tasks. Here you want to say I don't have any, but you're missing the negation, don't. If you use any, remember it's a negative statement. Here you have the don't, but you used some, so you need to use any. Here you're saying that there are people who might want to live with an old person, so some people, but not you. Again, don't is a negative statement, so you need to use any and not some. That's it for quantifiers, so now we'll move on to our final type of determiner, demonstratives. Specifically, this versus these. Demonstratives are used for nouns near us physically, or especially useful when you're writing, nouns you've recently mentioned. This is for singular nouns, and these is for plural nouns. For example, this refers to the intergenerational model that was just mentioned in the former sentence in singular, and these refers to social interaction, security, and physical well-being, all things mentioned again in the former sentence. Let's take a look at some mistakes from your writing tasks. Here we have this, and this, all in front of plural nouns. Ideas, persons. And once again, persons should be people. These all show the same mistake. This is written when you should write these. I think you often mix these up because with a French accent you tend to pronounce them the same, but the vowel sound is different. This is a short I sound, while these is a long I E sound. This and these. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to apply these rules to your next writing task on your discrimination module, and keep up the good work.